Hey guys, and let's continue on our HTML5 and CSS3 video series. And as we are just beginning or starting these videos and we created now first our HTML web page, I would like to talk about tags, and I would like to explain you why tags are used, why HTML tags are used in HTML, why do we need those tags. So the idea here is that, as you see here, we have written these mandatory tags, which are 5 mandatory tags which every HTML page should have. But why would we need those tags? And the idea in HTML is that HTML, as you understand, is hypertext markup language, and it marks up text, so browsers are able to understand what we mean by some particular part of text. For example, here we in body section, as you remember, I explained you that all visible part which users can view is located in between body opening tag and body closing tag. And there are block level elements in HTML and there are inline elements in HTML. And the difference in creating these elements are only in tags, and I will show you now how it is done. So for example, actually I wanted to show you why HTML is built from tags and why these tags are used. So like I mentioned before, it is to display, to interpret some text into some particular thing. For example, here you see that we have written hello world. Okay, let's save it, go back, and we see that this text is bold and it is in large capitals, and it basically what makes this text bold is these tags, because these tags tell this particular Google Chrome browser or any other browsers like Firefox or Internet Explorer or any other browsers. They tell these browser softwares how to interpret and how to display and what element basically is this. So browser knows that this is text and this is heading text, as it is in H1 tag. For example, if we would use paragraph tag instead, I know that I haven't been talking about these tags yet and haven't been explaining you yet them, but I will do it in future tutorials. And as you see, to create tags, we use opening triangle bracket, and then we use tag name, and then closing triangle bracket. And to close this particular tag, we use opening triangle bracket, and the only difference pretty much is we use / and then tag name and then closing triangle bracket, and in between this opening tag and this closing tag we write some text. So this text will tell browser what, and browser will know how to treat that particular part of text, and it will know how to display it on the screen. And here we added paragraph tag, and now let's save and go back, and you will see, now you see it was from heading, because before this text was in heading tag, but now if you refresh you see it's small, because now browser knows that it has to treat it as paragraph, as text. It doesn't have to treat it as some title, because headings are used for displaying titles and things like that, and it's for this important text, which are important text, it's used, headings are used for that purpose. Okay, and now the only thing what HTML pretty much do with these tags, we say browser what is this text, because if we don't use tags, browser simply will not be able to understand what this particular part of text should be. For example, if we would want to create a link, and now and actually I wanted to tell you one more thing, and this all together is known as HTML element. So everything what is between tag opening tag and between closing tag, this makes HTML element. So this all together, opening tag, content of those tags, and tag itself, it makes HTML element. And this is block level element. And the difference between block level elements and inline elements is that, for example, if we will create now another paragraph, it will say hello world 2. Okay, let's save it. You will see that it block level elements push another block level elements under them in the new line. You see hello world, and it pushed hello world 2 in new line. But what is inline element? It is it means that whatever you will create an inline element, and I believe there is only 2 or two inline elements. One inline element is link or anchor tag, which starts with opening brackets, and you go A, and then you write href or href, and then equal sign and 2, and then you close this off, and then you open and close this A again. Okay, and this is inline element, and as you see here is the only difference that it has attribute, and whatever you have in tags and attributes are always in the beginning tag, at the first tag, if that particular tag has any attributes. And there are different attributes, we will talk about them in future tutorials, but here you just understand that everything what goes in tag, it is attribute, and this particular attribute is href attribute or href attribute, and attributes also go with equal sign, and then they have these quotation marks, double quotes, we have here double quotes. Okay, and in between these double quotes you write whatever that attribute is supposed to do. For example, as this is a link tag, we will write it a HTTP, we will create a link there to Google, okay, www.google.com. okay, but note that if we will now save this link tag, I'm not talking about link tag, it's not displayed on the screen because we have to provide something what has to be that particular link, and that has to be located in between this link opening tag and in between this link closing tag. For example, we could write there click here, okay, and now if we save this, we will go back and we see click here is displayed on the screen. And as I mentioned you, this is inline element, and inline elements are get stacked next to each other. Like for example, if we will create now one more link, it will go next to this click here. Okay, let's just copy it, like Control D in Notepad++. If you are on that particular line, it will copy and paste it to the next line. Okay, and now I have click here too. I will save this, go back, and you see that it is going in line. Click here and then click here too. And if we will add more these inline elements, they will be going until they don't have space, and they go next, and they pretty much stand next to each other, where block level HTML elements push each next element under it. Okay, that's the only difference between inline element and block level element, and this all together is element, which is like link element, you see, which I just highlighted, and it includes HTML opening tag, link, and link HTML closing tag, and all together that makes HTML all element. And now you probably understand that if you see here, there is HTML opening tag, and at the very bottom is HTML closing tag. That means that HTML page element is everything this. So this is HTML element. Everything what all those other tags are inside of it, it is HTML element. Because, and for example, if you would want to look at body element, then it would body HTML element, so it starts with body opening tag and closes with body closing tag, and all this together is known as HTML body element or HTML element. Okay, so everything what is in between some elements, or for example here heading opening tag, heading closing tag, it includes title element, and this heading element includes title element. So whatever goes into some other element, it makes up that particular biggest element. As you see here, body, we have paragraph elements, two paragraph elements, and we have two anchor or two link elements included in it. But it is all located in body element, which includes all these things. Okay, so pretty much what HTML is for, it is for displaying text, it is for interpreting text. So we use tags in HTML, and this is what you should understand from this video, that HTML is built from tags, and these tags are only, the purpose of these tags is to tell browsers what particular piece of text means. Because as you understand, this particular text, which is in paragraph opening tag and paragraph closing tag, this is simple text, and so browser knows, oh, this is simple text, this is not link, or it's not clickable, or it's anything else. But this particular element is link text, and it opens with anchor opening tag and closes with anchor closing tag. And this particular text in between these tags, click here, it is link. It is actual link, as you see here. If we will click on this, you see we get redirected to Google, okay? But pretty much when we click, we get redirected to Google. We just go back again and we get returned to our page, to our website. So yes, pretty much this is what you should understand from this video. That the tags are used for marking up text, so so browsers understand what is the purpose of that text, so it can display it on the screen. And as you remember, we have had a look as well at h1 or heading tag. We will talk about this in greater detail, but for now this is just for you to understand. And you will see that hello world now. You see hello world now is in dark because browser now knows that this is heading tag, this is paragraph tag, and this is anchor tag. And this is heading element, as you remember, this is paragraph element, and this is anchor or link element. And there are two types of elements in HTML, which are block level elements, which push next block level element under it, and there is inline elements, which stack next to each other. That's what you should understand from this video. Okay guys, and if you enjoyed this video, please thumbs up under this video and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, and see you in next videos.